So when we left the cinema, we were asked our thoughts on this film, you know, like an exit survey type of thing. And before we gave our thoughts, we both did quite a big breath and then a pause. Welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel every week, and then movie reviews just like this one here at the weekend. All of my movie reviews are spoiler free, and I will leave a playlist of my recent reviews linked up above in case you are looking for something else to watch this week. So yes, I was very excited about the sequel to Joker. It was a huge film when it came out. I was still living in Denver, so went to see it in Dolby really easily. Now, to see this one in Dolby, I had to drive like an hour and a half, but still booked tickets to see it in Dolby so I could see it in the same format as I'd seen the first one in. And because this one is a musical, I thought that seeing it in the Dolby format would be the best way to see it because it's got the better sound. Now, this one was filmed with IMAX cameras, so you could say that, well, you've got IMAX, IMAX's got good sound as well, so there's a potential I might go and see this one again in IMAX. But I think the reason that both of us would go and watch this one again is because we are still a little bit unformed when it comes to an actual opinion on this film. We're just so like, it wasn't what we expected it to be at all. Now, I was excited when I saw all the trailers. It looked like a fantastic follow-up. I was excited that, you know, Joaquin Phoenix had gone back to this role because he did such a great job in the first role, you know, really deserved all the accolades that he got. And then this new film has Lady Gaga in it. I love her in films. I think, you know, I saw A Star Is Born so many times, and just, you know, seeing her sitting down at piano and seeing her singing in this film as well, I was really excited for her. I find her very kind of magnetic when she's on the big screen. Your eye is just drawn to her automatically. And so I thought it'd be interesting seeing that in this like dramatic dark setting, and see what that was like. But yeah, I think the term that I used when I came out and did this exit survey was that I was a bit disappointed. I think I was expecting to be hit with a lot more. I think the first one was just like so chaotic and so dramatic and so shocking. I expected similar things with this one, but kind of set to music and a what happens next kind of thing, and I don't think that I got that level of drama that I was expecting. I also feel like I didn't get that level of musical that I was expecting. I talked with the person doing the survey afterwards about being a musical theatre fan, and she said, oh, I think all the musical theatre fans are loving it because it's a musical. And I was like, well, I'm a musical theatre fan. I've literally got tickets to go and see a show tomorrow. I've literally got tickets to go and see a show next weekend. I saw 2 musicals last week, and I didn't think that this was a musical enough. I think that you've got people in this who are very talented. They can obviously both sing and dance, and I think that they were underutilised. So I think that both the mega stars in this one did a good job with what they had. I think that they both, you know, put on really dramatic performances and really sort of controlled and decisive performances in their own ways. But I think they could have done so much more. They could have been used so much more widely. And I think that that was kind of perhaps the writing of the script, perhaps the direction, perhaps it was the editing. We didn't get to see their best bits, but yeah, I thought that they did a good job. They were definitely very watchable, very like charismatic on the screen, but I just feel like they were underutilized. There was so much more they could have done, particularly with the musical aspect of it. Now, the cinematography on this one was just unparalleled. Like, the shots were fantastic. There were moments where it felt very dark and very depressing, and the screen just mimicked that. And then there were other moments where you had like this juxtaposition between like real life and fantasy, and just they were just so completely opposite, the way they were shot and the transition between the two. And then you had the sort of fantasy moments were so very definitely fantasy moments, and then the kind of hazy in between moments were literally hazy on the screen. I just thought the cinematography was unparalleled, and so I really hope that it gets some nominations in the cinematography categories as we go into award season, because it was something that I came out going, I loved the cinematography in this one. I loved the lighting in this one. And so it's not something that you generally tend to notice when you go and see a major blockbuster. I think I saw this film in the best sort of possible scenario that I could have seen it in. I saw it in Dolby. I saw it with a big audience. I saw it on opening night. I was excited to go and see it. I'd watched the trailers. I'd watched various different kinds of trailers. And I think the fact that I came out of there having, you know, driven all that way to go and see it and set this perfect setting for myself, came out of there feeling disappointed, I think does say an awful lot about the film, unfortunately. There are a lot of kind of spoilery reviews out there talking about the ending and talking about how the ending is a big nod to the story and the evolution of the Joker in general. I'm not going to comment on that because, as I say, this is a spoiler-free review. But even having seen that and even thought about that, I still do think that this film was kind of disappointing and not necessarily worth the time and effort that I put into it. I think that's where kind of it balances out. You know, last weekend I sacrificed my whole weekend to watch all the Star Wars movies back to back in the cinema and sat in the cinema, and you know that cost me money because I had to pay to park and I had to buy food whilst I was out, and I felt like that was definitely worth it, even though I could have watched those ones at home, whereas I couldn't have seen this one at home. I saw it in a Dolby screen. That was my Friday night, and yeah, it was just a bit disappointing. So should you pay your cinema going money to go and see this one? I think that there's a lot of talk, there's a lot of criticism about this film, and so if you want to weigh in on that, then yes, please see it on the big screen because of that fantastic cinematography, because of the stars who are in it. But is it the best thing that's on in the cinemas right now? In my opinion, no. And therefore, maybe you should spend your cinema going money on something else this week. Controversial, I know, but that's my opinion. As always, if there is a particular movie you would like me to go and watch this week and bring my thoughts back to you here next week, then do let me know in comments. I will be back with another movie review for you very soon, and I believe a Disney video coming up in the week. So make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on those ones. If you enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you with my next video. Thanks for watching.